WTA Abu Dhabi Open roundup, Alexandra Eala succumbs to defeat in quarterfinals as Alexandrova confirms spot back in top 10. Alexandra Eala's resolute Abu Dhabi Open has come to an end with 6-3. 6-3 defeat in the quarterfinals to the number 2 seed Ekaterina Alexandrova. The popular Filipina once again brought a whole host of jubilant fans to the match, passionately supporting the 20-year-old as she looked to repeat the heroics performed in her last 16 clash against Aliaksandra Sasnovich, where she was 5-2 down, and survived a match point before going on to win a tight tiebreak to seal her spot in this round. It would be a tall order to defeat the Russian, who confirmed her spot back in the top 10 thanks to the reigning champion Belinda Bencic, withdrawing from the event due to illness. Eala almost got her nose in front early on after failing to take a break opportunity. She was punished a game later when Alexandrova broke to love and sailed into a 2-0 lead. The break advantage was eradicated by Eala, but she could not prevent her opponent from striking instantly back after she failed to hold for a level match. She desperately searched for a way back into the tie, finally getting a vast array of chances in what will be the final game of the set. For break points came and went, with Alexandrova riding her luck ahead of sealing the first set with her first opportunity. The 31-year-old would then stamp her authority on proceedings with a crucial break en route to a 3-1 lead. However, if we have learned anything about Eala, it is that she is a resilient player who will not give up. After overcoming another break point from the player across the court, she broke herself to get back on serve. Unfortunately, the same pattern occurred from the first set. Alexandrova broke back before fending off the tricky Eala to cement her spot in the semifinals of the WTA 500 tournament. She will be looking to get into a first final of 2025 and target a first title since this time last year in Austria, with either Ludmila Samsonova or Haley Baptiste her opposition. For Eala, it was a debut in Abu Dhabi to be proud of as she moves up 7 places to debut inside the top 40 at world number 38. Tauson holds off Kessler, while Cardle on the end of a thrashing. Clara Tauson is in need to find some form ahead of her return to the Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships. With her set to defend the final, she could be heading there with the first title of the year after she got the better of McCartney-Kessler 6-3. 6-4 to book her spot in the semifinals. The match mostly stuck on serve, but there were a flurry of breaks early on. It started with the American sneaking in front in the first game. This did not last long, with Tauson getting back on level terms in an instant at 2-2. The Dane won 3 games in a row to race into a 5-2 lead, and comfortably got the first set under her belt. Kessler knew she had to find a way to get herself back in the match, but chances did not pop up regularly. Just 2 break points were offered her way, and she failed to take either of them. Tauson also got 2, which turned out to be at a very crucial time in the match. She took the second one and would serve for the match. Kessler managed to muster up another 2 bites at the cherry, hoping for a late comeback, but nothing was doing as Tauson took her first match point and is into the last 4. She was guaranteed to play a qualifier, but it would either be Sonia Cardle or Sarah Bijlek. Despite Cardle putting in a brilliant showing the day before, she was thrashed 6-0, 6-2 by the 20-year-old whose dream run in the Middle East continues. Just 21 minutes it took for the Czech athlete to bagel Cardle, who was not up to the task. The Brit had opened her previous match with a 6-0 beginning and was now on the receiving end of one, tasting her own medicine. She looked for a pathway back in the second set, but found herself in danger of not winning a game after going 4-0 down. The 10-game streak was finally ended after Cardle finally found some momentum, winning 2 games in a row, including a break to get her on the board. That would be all the joy she got as Bijlek breezed over the finishing line with a complete performance against her hapless opponent.